How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Sick Eric Tech, where we like to keep tech simple. So as we know, Samsung just released the beta version of One UI 7 for the Galaxy S24 lineup of devices, and I have this installed. I installed this morning. I'm a little late to the game. I've been seeing everybody's videos of this, and I'm very excited. I've been using this pretty much all day at work. This is one of Samsung's best updates in quite a while. Samsung has usually been keeping everything the same for the past 4 or 5 years, and now we get a little refresh of it. So thank you guys for joining me here on Sick Eric Tech. If this is your first time, welcome. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon. So if we go into the software update, and if we go into the last software update, you're going to see that it was a pretty sizable update, coming in about a little over 4 gigabytes on this update. It didn't really take long to install, about maybe 5-10 minutes it took for it to actually install everything. And we have all the changes right here. You could go ahead and just read through everything. I'm not going to go through everything just because it'll take a while, but I will scroll through it, and you can go ahead and pause whenever you want to. There's a lot of enhancements on here to the home screen, to your folders, to your lock screen and always on display, to your clock. Your quick panels is one of the main changes that I really like on here. Live notifications, new notification layout, capture images with ease, all the camera stuff that we're going to go about, enjoy your special moments. A lot to go on about here. There is way too much to go on for that, but we're going to go on over my key points that I found on here, and yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. So the first thing we're going to go on is the new icons and the animations. So as you can see, the icons have definitely improved a little bit different. Still the same shape. I would prefer them to be a little bit more circular, but the icons actually look a little bit more refined when it comes down to that, and the animations when it comes down to that as well. Very nice animations, as you can see right there. Really nice and smooth when it comes down to animations on One UI 7. Had no issues whatsoever. A little bit of bugs here and there that has to do with the lock screen when editing it, but really nothing serious. But everything is so smooth on here with the animations and everything going really nicely. Probably the smoothest Samsung has ever been with their updates. And as far as all the icons go, as you can see right here, definitely an upgrade. You can see the internet for Samsung. You can see the messaging, Samsung members, and I really don't use Samsung messaging, but as you can see, the icons have definitely been updated on here and look a little bit more cleaner. Everybody's going on about the gallery app, how it looks a little bit cleaner as well. And your phone app looks different, your camera app and everything looks really nice. So yeah, icons and animations, buttery smooth on here. The smoothest it has ever been on a Samsung device. So there's a new feature that's going to be on your lock screen, and it's going to be called the Now bar. So when you go into your searches and you search for Now bar, you're going to see it right on here, and here it gives you a little pill on the bottom of your lock screen, which will give you live notifications of your clock, your video recorder, pretty much ongoing stuff. So if you have a timer going on your clock, it's going to show on there as well. Interpreter, Samsung Notes, Bisbee, etc. And you do have the option to have your music playing on there along with modes and routines. So pretty much what this is, this will show music playing on your lock screen, as you can see right here, and then when you click on it, it'll bring it up and expand that, and you could even have this as your lock screen. If you were to lock your device, this is what you're going to show on your always on display, which is really nice. I really like having the album art on there, which is really cool. And you could also, if you double tap, you could go on over and skip through the tracks. Double tap, you could pause. Double tap to play, and then if you want to go back to your regular lock screen, of course you just swipe down, swipe up, or you click on it, swipe down, and this will have the Now bar down here at the bottom. If you have a timer going or something, or an alarm, it will show up on the bottom as an ongoing notification. So that's really nice. I really do like this feature of the new Now bar at the bottom. So another thing that has changed is going to be the widgets and the shape of the widgets. So if we go into widgets, we're going to go right here, and everything is going to be a little bit more like Android, like a pixel, with this new oval shape on here, this pill shape. Everything has a nice little curve to it, and as you can see right here, these are all our new widgets, smart suggestions, will be right there. Amazon Music, everything has a nice curve to it. You go into your battery widgets. You can see right here we have a lot of different options, and they look very nice and clean and colorful. Go into your clock, you get a little bit more different options with your analog clock, with your live tick and your seconds going on as well. You also have your digital clock right here, and your dual clock, which will have two different clocks on there as well. So everything looks a little bit cleaner and more oval shaped. You have the option 2x1, 2x2, and 4x2, depending on what size you want to choose. So the widget's definitely got a huge overall when it comes down to that. And if you go to app and style, you can change the size of your apps and the size of your widgets as well if you want to do that. You could also have app labels, and you could even put labels on your widgets, which is right here. You have the battery label, smart suggestions, music for your folder, and clock, and things like that. You could also change that, so if you don't want the widget label, you could also take that off and have your widgets a little bit more cleaner. So in app and widget style, you can further customize those. If you want to make your apps big, you can do that as well. It'll also make your widgets bigger, or you could just keep it in the middle, which is where I like to keep it for that. So very, very nice app and widget style newly added to One UI 7.0. So another really, really nice addition to this is going to be your vertical app drawer on your home screen, which is really, really nice. I always got tired of swiping to the right and to the left on Samsung's home screens to where I would use a different home screen, but now we have the option to do the vertical. If you want to go back to your original way of scrolling on your app drawer, which I don't know why you would want to, you could go into sort and you can hit custom order, and this will bring back the sideways scrolling on here. But again, like I said, why the hell would you want to do it? Keep it in alphabetical, and this will give you your vertical scrolling. And you can also do this by alphabetic, which if you were to scroll right here on the side, you can search for your apps alphabetically. So that's really cool. And if you want to search for your apps, you can do a full search at the bottom as well. No customizations on this bar down here, but hopefully we get some of that soon. So another fine addition to this update is going to be your panels up here, your quick toggles and your quick panel up top. So this is a really nice addition. It gives you options to expand, and when you swipe on the right hand side, you can bring it down. If you swipe on the left hand side, it'll just bring you your notifications. So this is really, really nice. You could expand it, and then you could scroll on down if you have some more down here or what. And then if you want to edit this, you just click on a little pencil and you can move some of the stuff around. So say you want, your volume slider and your brightness slider down there, you could do that. You can move your quick toggles up top. You can do whatever you want when it comes down to customizations. You can move your media player up top if you want to have it above everything else, or at the bottom, which I like to put it down here. And since I really don't use Smart Things or Smart View, I will go ahead and keep those at the bottom. You click furthermore on panel settings. You can change this back to where it was before with the together. So if you have it together and you go on back and home, so if you have it together and you go home and you swipe down, you're going to have everything together just like it was on the previous update when it comes down to that. But of course, I like to have it the new way. So we're going to go into panel settings, and we're going to hit notification, and we're going to hit separate and keep that as it is. So very, very nice. You can customize these further if you want. If you want to edit your quick tiles or your toggles right here, you can edit these, take them off, move them around, etc. You have all the extra ones down here. Of course, you know how to do all of that stuff. So it is there if you want it, and then when you're done, you're just going to hit done, and you're good to go. So now everything that comes with Android 15 is going to be your battery protection. New settings for that. OnePlus had it on their device, and of course the Pixels have battery protection on there as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. We're going to go into settings, and we're going to go into battery, and we're going to go into battery protection right here. And this gives you three different options. It gives you basic, adaptive, and maximum. So basic is when your battery is charged to 100%. Charging will stop until the battery level drops to 95, and then charging will start again. So adaptive is going to be stop charging at 80% while you're asleep, and switch to basic before you wake up. Sleep time is estimated based on your phone usage patterns. And of course, maximum, if you really want to maximize your battery will stop charging at 80%. So that's really cool. I just go ahead and keep mine on basic. And yeah, there's another nice feature that is included with Android 15. All right, so another thing that has changed is going to be the camera app. So we get a lot of different changes here. First and foremost, you're going to notice that all your modes are going to be down here at the bottom. You have your portrait, everything that you had before on here are going to be down at the bottom. If you scroll to more, you get a nice little pop-up window instead of all the other modes that you're not using. You could go, of course, edit those if you want to add or remove some of them if you want as well. And if you go into photo right here, you get this little 4 dots square, and this is going to bring up other options as far as if you want to do retouching. If you want to have that on there as well, you could do that as well to retouch your face. Or you go on there, you have other options such as your filters are all going to be all lined up as well, so that's really, really cool if you want to do that. Let's go ahead and go back and take that filter off and keep it back to original. And you click on it again, you're going to have your exposure on here, so you could darken it and lighten it on the fly. So that's really, really nice. First, before that, you'd have to long press on here and then adjust it right here down with this little slider, which can be a little annoying, but now you have the option to do it right over here with your exposure and lightening and darkening things if you want to. So that's really, really cool. Click on it again, you have your option for motion photo. If you want to do that, you can change your megapixels to 50 or 12. This is the Galaxy S24 Plus. You can change your aspect ratio to, whatever you want to as well. And then you also have your timer, you have your flash, and then you have your settings. So pretty much the settings have pretty much stayed the same, so nothing new here when it comes down to that. It's all going to be in this app right here. Of course, you have your wide angle, you have your 1 times, 2 times, and then all the way up to 220, 30, and etc. So everything is nicely accessible over here. Over here, you also have options as well to change your watermark if you want watermark on. You could bring up the settings too, so they're pretty much double on here. So you have them on this side and you have them on this side as well. And then if you go into video, you have your HDR over here, you have your UHD. If you click on that, you're able to switch through them. But then if you go over here, you're able to do the same thing. So it's like a double whammy over here. You get it on both sides. So I don't know if that's a fluke or if that's how it's supposed to be. And then you could also change your aspect ratio. You could change your super steady on and off if you want. And the same thing goes over here. So you have better options when it comes down to changing all your settings. Portrait mode over here, you go into portrait. Again, you have all the same settings on there if you want to mess with that. And control your blur. Your night vision, see if there's anything over here for night vision. Same thing, you have your exposure. So if you want to do that, and it'll show you exactly how much you're messing with over there. Portrait, you got your pro video. So now pro video, you have all of your settings down here at the bottom. So if you want to control your ISO, you click on it, you get the bar over here. If you want to control anything else, you click on it, you get your slider over here. And your autofocus, you could do that if you want. You get it over here, and you get a better looking level over there with your grid as well. So you're able to mess with all your settings. And of course, your white balance, you can make it colder or warmer. And over here on this side, again, you have all your settings. You have your mic, so where if you want to change it to USB, you're using a Bluetooth or etc. You want the sound coming from the rear or the front, you're able to mess with that stuff as well in pro mode. So that's really, really nice. So we have all these different options for camera mode. All right, so another thing that has changed is going to be your lock screen and your always on display. So here we got the always on display. Of course, you have your now bar at the bottom. So if you were to wanted to fix any of this or customize it, you're going to long press on your home screen just like so, and then now you're going to have the options to customize. So you could customize your clock, and if you go into styles over here, you have 2 new styles, which I'm using one of them, and they have really cool animation. As you can see, that one has an animation, and this is the one I'm using, has a really nice animations. Of course, you have your normal clock over here on this side that you could adjust the size and whatnot on there. So I'm going to go back to the one that I was using, and unfortunately that's the biggest that those go. Here you could also adjust your widgets if you want to add some more shortcuts for your widgets up there. And of course, you could adjust your bottom shortcuts if you want to do so. So if you want to switch your phone, you can switch it to an app. You can switch it to pretty much anything you want on your lock screen, which is really, really nice. For me, I have my phone and I have my sound over here on this side. And then you also have a suggest, which I'm assuming will use AI to suggest different types of styles for you if you want to do that. If you don't like anything, you could just keep hitting suggest. And then you could also choose your wallpaper if you go into gallery, so that's really nice. Your frames, it did seem to add 2 new frames. You have a star and it looks like a sideways heart over here, so that's really, really nice that you have different frames. And of course, you could change your color. Another cool thing is you could erase the background of your image. So if you have, you know, a picture of yourself or something, you can erase the background of it. So that's really, really nice. For me, I like to just keep that on there. And then a cool thing is going to be your effects. So you have original, you have blur to where it'll blur the entire photo for you. And then you have blurred background, which is actually pretty cool as well. This is the one that I'm using right now. You have grayscale, you have grayscale background, custom background color, which means you could change the color of the background to whatever you want, which is cool. You can make it darker, lighter, you know, things like that. So that's really, really nice. You have dark background, you have ink drawing background, and you have pastel background. So that's really, really cool. You have different options. And of course, when you're done, you're just going to go ahead and hit done, and you're done with adjusting your lock screen. So another thing that changed on here is going to be your recents menu. So now you have a nicer recents menu. So let's go ahead and open up some apps now where you guys could get an idea of how that looks. So when you go into your recents, now you have this card right here, which before it was flat. You were able to get this effect using Good Lock to get your recents to look different, but now this is going to be the default way that these look. If you want to close all your apps, you just hit close. You get some suggestions here at the bottom, and up top you'll get an active app, which is of course my YouTube music is going to be up there because I've been playing music over here for I don't know how long. Shit, gotta turn that off. And yeah, this is really nice. You have your options up here for settings, and of course it'll just show recommended apps on there. And like I say, if you want to close all of those, you can close them. So yeah, Recents app has changed on One UI 7. So as far as your notifications, they are a little bit cuter on here. You have the option to give you, you know, a little picture of the app on your notifications and your ongoing notifications. So if I were to set a timer here, let's go ahead and go, you know, for 4 minutes and start it. Now we get the little pill up here that shows your timer. Of course, if you have anything else on there going, it'll show it as well, it'll alarm and things like that, and then you just click on it and it'll go up. And when you go into your lock screen, it'll have it down here. So if you want to click on it, you just swipe up and you're able to swipe through whichever notifications you have going on over here. It'll sort of cycle through them, and of course you see the timer right there. Boom, it'll pop it up, and of course if you want to stop it or pause it, you could do so on there. So a really nice feature when it comes down to little ongoing notifications such as timers, alarms, and things like that. So I think that's pretty much all the stuff that I've covered on the One UI 7.0 update for the Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus, which is what we got right here. Definitely like using it, and the animations and the scrolling way smoother. I like the whole aesthetics. Definitely like the new quick bar up here, the quick toggles up here for your settings and things like that. It looks really, really nice. I love the new battery icon. Everything just looks really cool with this update, and it's only going to get better from here. This is just a beta software, so we're only going to get more features once everything starts getting stable. So if you don't know how to get this, go ahead and you're going to go into your Samsung Members app. If you don't have that installed, you can install this on the Galaxy Store. So you're going to go into here and it'll bring up everything on here as well. You might have to sign into your Samsung account, and of course it'll show One UI. Go to Samsung Members, and it's going to be up here at the top. You're going to scroll on over to the left, and boom, you're going to have the One UI registration. program. It'll give you a whole bunch of information of what's involved. You're going to click on that, and you're going to just go ahead and read over everything and scroll all the way down, and you're going to hit enroll. As you can see, I already enrolled, so it's only giving me the option to withdraw. So once you're done with that, make sure you have a SIM card in your device. If you use multiple SIM cards, it's only going to ask you for the SIM card that's registered with your Samsung device. I didn't have a SIM card on here. I had to put one in, and then it would let me register for the beta. And then once you're done with that, you're going to go ahead and wait about 5 minutes before you go into your settings and software update, and you're going to hit download and install, and then it'll pop up. You're going to install it and things like that, and then you'll be ready to go. So very easy. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video of Samsung One UI on the Samsung Galaxy S24 beta software running right here. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, and I will see you next time here on Sick Eric Tech, where we like to keep tech simple. Peace.